Right then, so after the roaring success of my garden tour videos, I'm back with another quick video, but this one is about this plant, Schefflera taiwaniana. And the reason I wanted to do a video about these is because, like many people, I bought some of the micro-propagated plug plants that have been readily available in the market for the last 2 or 3 years, I guess. And plants like this have not been that easy to get hold of. Fortunately, these are starting to become more readily available now. You'll see them with this label on. Mass produced, I guess. Well, mass propagated commercially, but seem to be decent plants, and I've got a few of them as well. So I first grew taiwaniana back in mid-2000s, I guess. It grew really big, it was well over head height, and then I moved house. God knows what happened to that plant. So it's nice to be back growing them again amongst some of the huge bamboos in the garden, and lots of other Scheffleras as well. But let's have a quick look at the taiwaniana that we've got. Actually, the first one we come to has had a bit of a rough time. So this is Needham's form. I find it, so this isn't one of the micro-propagated plug plants, first of all. It's grown on from seed from Edward Needham, from a plant in Edward Needham's garden. If you Google it, you'll get a bit more background, but got trampled by the dogs, so there's a bit of a doggy guard there, and cane, you know, when there's not so much planted around it early in the year, and the dogs can't talk. The dogs had kind of free access to it, so did a bit of damage. Looking okay now. The second plant is actually from the same place as the plant that I had in a pot, but last year's stock that I bought earlier this year, and that seems to be doing okay. And there's another one which I know is not one of the mass propagated micro propagated plants, because I know where it came from and I know its history. Yeah, and that's growing really well. It was quite small when I put it in, but I kind of had the confidence that it'd get to a decent size before it started to get cold. May still chuck a fleece on it if it gets really cold. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. So let's have a look at the plugs. Not plugs anymore though, well, they were, but they're not no more. We've been busy gardening today, as you can see. So these plants all spent the winter in this area here. So when I bought these as little plugs, they all lived on this shelf along the top of this shelf. So, I repotted them, got them out the crap compost they were in, and then they lived on this shelf. And then I got talking to somebody, a well-known nursery owner, who said they also raise their plugs up to ensure the drainage is spot on. So I ended up putting them on these like plate stands that you use on like granite worktops to stop your plates from getting cold. And then also these, so we had a fridge break earlier this year, so I commandeered all the shelves, and there's a few more if I move that. And a few more different Scheffleras growing in the same way. A little impressor and Macrophila seedling there off Mike Clifford. The Lavii. There's a bigger taiwaniana at the back. So yeah, they're all doing reasonably well. There are some that are not doing so good. That's my own fault, because I just totally forgot about these. So they stayed in the original crap compost for ages, but now I've potted them up. We'll see how they go. Also a really good place to keep a cold beer, always helps. So yeah, they're doing okay. Lots of other Scheffleras in this area which are going to get planted in spring now, because I've not built the area where they're going to live. So this is Chapana, Chapana, which means similar to Alpina, and there is somewhere Oh, it's behind me. Swelliensis. It's getting really big this now. I went to plant this year, but just not got round to it. Very similar to taiwaniana, but the leaves kind of could do this more kind of droopy thing a little bit more than taiwaniana does. So yeah, drainage is the key. Good free draining compost. Mine are just a really good, one of my favourite composts with lots of perlite in. Yeah, and they seem to be doing okay. I hope that helps.